Hi, this is Melissa with A Creative Journey with Melissa. Today I'm going to show you how to make this awesome background right here using the Tim Holtz Adirondack different colors. I have aqua, I have sandal, and I have red pepper, and that's what we get by using those to create this awesome background. Now, I really love this color palette, and I thought it would be really neat to do this as well as use an embossing folder. So if you are not subscribed to our YouTube channel or our blog, make sure that you are, because if you are, you will every week be put into a drawing so that you can win potentially one of the prizes that we give away. So if you want to win this awesome Cuttlebug embossing folder, that is what we will be giving it away this week. So make sure that you are a subscriber, because I know you want to win this, and I know that you will be very, very, very excited to do so. So make sure that you have that everything done. Make sure that your name and your YouTube subscriber matches so I can make sure to double check, and you will be in the running. You do not need to subscribe again. You just do it once, and I check the list every week. So our website is www.acreativejourneywithmelissa.com or www.acjwm.com, and you can connect with us on our social media platforms there as well. So anyway, just so you know, the one that you will be getting is not this one. It's a brand new one. Of course, oh, here it is. Here it is, the brand new one that I have right here. And that shows you, different projects you can do with it, and it's pretty cool. So this would be the Cuttlebug embossing folder that you'll be getting if you are a winner. And the cool thing is this is not the regular smaller size. This is the new and improved size, which is 5x7. So it's awesome. You can do great things with it, and I love it, which is why I bought two, one for you guys and one for me. So with that, we're going to start with this awesome creation. Again, you can do this with any color you choose. I really wanted to have a little bit of a brighter color. I thought that would be really super duper neat. And I also want to mention, in my blog, I will have an address and information. I have a friend of mine that one of her friend's sons is in the hospital. He's not doing well. He has a lot of injuries. He's doing much better than he was. But wouldn't you love to just send him a card? Any card. Just send him something. He would love to have it. I will make sure that I put all the information on my blog post. If you're watching my YouTube channel, there is a link on the information that will tell you how to get to the blog post. All you have to do is just click it. It just says, for further information on our in our blog post, click here, and that's what you need to do. And I will make sure I have all the information in the post. So please, please, please send some cards. I know that sometimes we forget how great it is to receive a card because we're so often making them. But if you have a card that is a get well or a cheer up or thinking of you, whatever you have, it would be greatly appreciated, and the more the merrier, because he loves cards. So make sure that you do that, and again, I will have that information on the blog. I normally would have it in front of my face, but I left my phone downstairs so it wouldn't ring, and of course that is a problem because I don't have my phone with the information on it. So rather than run downstairs and have you guys hear me yell going, "I'll be back in a minute," I thought it'd be better just to do this. So I'll put it all on the blog. That way, if you need to go back, you'll have it on there too, and you can look at it again. And then if you're at the post office and you forget to write the message or the address down like I usually do, then you can look at it again and it's in writing. You don't have to listen to the whole video until it gets to it. So with that, what we're going to do again is we're going to be dealing with this alcohol inks. They're the Adirondack, they're the Tim Holtz inks. I love them. I have not tried his new oxide ones, which I have seen used, and they're phenomenal, but I really love these myself, and it actually inspired me to use some of the old stuff that I have, and inspired me to get this awesome Cuttlebug embossing folder for you to have. So all you need for this project, and you can use this as a background, you can use this as a photo mat, you can use this for a number of different things, and really honestly it's up to you as to what you want to use it for. You could even use it for project life cards, you could use it for journaling page, you can use it all different kinds of things. If you want to laminate it, you can use it as an addition to your planner or journal. And write notes on it even. There's a whole bunch of different things you can do with it. So with that, we're going to get started. What you will need is you'll need some alcohol, the kind that you use to clean stuff. I just want to be specific. I don't think alcohol that you drink will work. I haven't tried it. I don't think I will. But if you want to try it, by all means do that and let me know how it turns out. But in the meantime, we're going to use this stuff. You can buy it anywhere, Walgreens, Walmart, anywhere that has them. I bought it at Walgreens. I ironically used to work there, and when I was younger, trying to pay off my bills. And I love them, and not only that, I love them because they are from my hometown of Glenview, Illinois. So, yay! I know too much information today. I don't know, I guess I'm a little bit more talkative than normal, which is really hard to believe. But you will need some alcohol. You'll need a paper towel. You'll need your, of course, awesomely cool embossing folder. You'll need some paper right here. And then you will need the alcohol colors. Now, if you have alcohol ink, like refills for like the chameleon pens, I have those. I have also Copic marker refills. I'm using these because I really, I wanted to pay homage to Tim and how much he inspires me, and really wanted to use my Adirondack inks, and that's why I'm here. So what we're going to do is we're going to simply take this stuff off. This is really made more for cleaning, just so you know. That's why I have such a big bottle of it. Because we're going to, I know you're not going to probably like this, but we're going to be honestly putting our ink on our embossing folder. But if it's any consolation, I already used this specific one on this, and you can see how it came clean. So don't worry, don't fret. You can do this. Trust me, it'll work. So, and I'll even show you, I'm going to clean it right in front of you so you know that it actually does work. At any rate, so I'm going to put this on the side. And what I'm doing is, well, for one, I will tell you that whether you use it on the negative or the positive side of the embossing folder, it won't matter. You'll get stuff in it anyway. Trust me, I found out. So what I'm going to do is I am just going to put some of this on the inside of the embossing folder. It's really 6 of one, half a dozen the other as far as what you want. If you want your creation to be embossed so it will come out, then you will want to make sure that the side that you have, that you're putting the ink on, you can actually feel the grooves up like mountains. And if you want it to be debossed, you'll want to do it on the sides where there's holes. Emboss is this way, deboss is that way. Anyway, that's how I always learned it, and that's what I say. So this is my video, so I guess for now that's the right thing. Anyway, I know I'm still too talkative. But this will show you right here. This is debossed. You can see how it's dented in there. Okay? Embossed would be this side, and that's how it pokes out. Okay? So that's the difference. The out and the in. So you can see the difference in what it would look like. So with that, I am going to do the emboss, and I used my nail to check to see. And really what I did was simply, you can put a whole bunch of ink on here, like I did with this one right here. You're welcome to do that. I think I'm going to put a little bit less on this one and just see what happens. I'm just going to put a few dots here. Nothing fancy, no rhyme or reason really. You can even do like a, if you wanted to, you could do like a outline. If you had like a photo mat that you wanted to make, you could do that. So all I'm doing is dropping a little bit here and there. And you want to work relatively quickly because the alcohol ink does evaporate, leaving the alcohol gone and the ink there, which means it will be dry. So you want to make sure you kind of try to work quickly. Not super duper fast, but fast enough so that you don't ruin your creation. I do suggest that you don't put too many colors together or else they'll look muddled, and that's not really a good look for anybody. No one likes to have that muddled look. I do kind of like the way this looks. It almost looks like stars. It's kind of neat. So I'm just adding a few little pieces of color here and there where I think it's missing, and I think we're good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this stuff aside. We're going to simply just take our paper and we're going to put it right inside our embossing folder and just lay it right down. Doesn't have to be perfect, but I'm just going to lay it down like that. Okay, you can see it goes through. It depends on what kind of paper you use. If you use like Copic marker paper or alcohol paper that you use for alcohol markers, etc., you can use that and it works and it won't go through. For me personally, I always mat something, so if you're matting it on top of another piece of paper, don't worry about it. Just make sure that your embossed thing is creation is dry, otherwise it may leak through that too. So we're just going to take this, we have our appropriate platforms right here, and we're just going to place this right in here like so, and then we're going to place this clear platform right on top. And actually I'm going to scoot it out just a little bit. I'm going to slide it right in. We're going to use our handy dandy little handle, and hopefully it won't fall off, which it's been known to do before, which is actually really entertaining for many. I think it's my first number 1 or number 2 video. Yeah, really did happen. And I was like, you know what? I think this basically says how my videos are going to go. I'm kind of real that way, so that's the way it's going to be. And I left it. So we have this all done. We do not need our Big Shot machine anymore, but I'm going to push that in so it doesn't fall on my foot, which would be also pretty upsetting, I'm sure. So then we have our embossing folder. Now this looks pretty good, doesn't it? But that's not even the part that I did. That is the part that I did. So you could actually go, you know what, I really like this side, but wow, this is even better. Really depends on what you like, what you've got going on. But I really love the way that this red and the blue combined, and it almost gives us a little bit of smoky purple. It really came out neat. I really enjoyed that. So we have this, and the reason why I used less ink on this rather than more ink like this is because it took me quite a bit longer to clean this off than it did this. It's not a problem as far as time. I didn't mind that at all. I just figured you'd be really bored watching me clean it. So I figured I'd make it a little bit of a little less of a mess for me. Now I'm going to show you here. Where is my other paper? I have another paper. Here we go. So I'm going to show you right here where you can see all the colors that are still there. You see that? Still colors. And then you'll see here, still colors. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pour the alcohol on here to clean it. And I'm using alcohol, but and you can see how it's just going to disappear basically. It just kind of spreads wide. I'm also using a Clorox wipe. I am using this because my paper towels aren't as strong as I would like them to be, and these are working better. So that's why I'm just using these. So I'm just wiping it off, nothing fancy. I have a protected work surface, so I don't have to worry about it hurting anything on there. It has like a coating, so there's no problem with doing this on here. It'll wipe right off, no problem. Let's see. Now some of these sides, you'll get a little bit more than less on some of them. Specifically in the in grooves, because the in grooves like to hold the ink. So I apologize for the wiggling of the camera, but I think we're good. So you can see all the pink on here kind of all turned to pink, didn't it? And then we have here, I can show you, it's a little wet in there. Here, let me dry it off with a paper towel. Let's do that. And then we'll just dry this off too. You could just leave it open if you wanted to and let it dry off. But as you can see, even this little part here, the paper towels don't like to stay together. I don't use super fancy paper towels, but I don't use super inexpensive paper towels. But they don't like to get messed with, clearly. So we have, as you can see, there's a few little pieces on there from the paper towel. And that's just from me putting it down like that. So that's why I was using the other wipes. At any rate, I think this is good, and I will show you how this is a good way to check to see if you got it all clean. And I have a few little red marks right here, so I'm going to open that back up and I'm going to clean it. And truthfully, if I didn't clean it, it would be okay. It wouldn't hurt anything if some of the ink stayed on there, and you'd be able to clean it off later. That wouldn't be a problem. But better to do it while I've got all the stuff out, because I don't want to forget. And truthfully, once it dries, it won't come off anyway. But again, better safe than sorry. better to make sure that you're doing it right the first time. So, as I said, the technique itself is super easy. It's not even the technique that takes the most time, it's the cleaning part. So if you're doing more than one at a time, that's really the way to go. Because if you do that, then you'll be able to do a whole bunch of them and you won't have to necessarily clean them over and over again, and you'd be all set. So I really hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I hope that you thought about different colors that you'd like to use in the palette that you'd be creating, and please make sure that you subscribe to our YouTube channel and to our blog and email list so that you can be a winner. I hope you're a winner. So make sure you check out our website at www.acreativejourneywithmelissa.com or www.acjwm.com, and thank you so much for going on a creative journey with Melissa. Have a great day. Bye-bye.